right, boys and girls, this morning we're going to start off by counting. So let's see if we can count to 20. You ready? But let's punch it out, but don't punch your friends. You got it?
Yeah.
This is punch. We're going to go like this. You ready? 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Good job. Give yourselves a hand. Now, can you go backwards? We're going to count from 20 to 0. You ready? You think you can punch it out and go backwards? Let's try. Here we go. 20, 19,
18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13,
12,
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
what do you say when you get to 0?
0.
Blast off! Good job! Good job. Okay, you can sit down. Well, today we're going to be talking about our numbers, and we're going to be doing 0 to 10, or maybe 0 to 20. Okay? And we're going to decompose some numbers. So there's some terms I want to talk to you about. We've been talking about this, but do you remember us talking about the word compose? Take your hand and put it together. Okay, it's like you're taking this part, and you're taking this part, and you're putting them together, and you're going to make a number. Okay? So that's compose. Say compose.
Compose.
So show me what compose means. Take a number, you take a number, and you add it together to get one whole part. Okay, now let's talk about decompose. This means compose, decompose means you're going to pull that whole number apart. So show me that. Here's compose. Then decompose that number. You're going to pull it apart. And Miss Bell likes to say we're going to break it on down. That's another way we can say decompose the number. But what do I like to say? Break it on down. Okay, now as we've been talking about number bonds, I want you to look up here. Remember we talked about the whole cookie cake?
Yes.
Think about the whole cookie cake that we're going to have, okay? And then we're going to break it into parts. This is going to be your part, and this is going to be a friend's part. So you've got the part, whole, okay? So we've got the whole part now, and we're going to decompose it and break it on down. Got it?
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to talk about today. All right, so let's get a number. This is where I'm going to need your help. Remember the rules for a good conversation, even in a lesson. We're going to take turns speaking. So if you want to speak, what do?
Raise your hand.
You raise your hand. You're going to listen carefully because you might learn something from your friends, right? Okay? Ask questions. If you don't understand, raise your hand and ask a question. Stay on the topic. So if we're talking about number bonds, don't tell me about the party you're going to have this weekend. We got to stay on the topic of number bonds. Got it? And if somebody makes a comment and then you have another idea, raise your hand and let's see what your idea you can add to their what they said, okay? And then lastly, if you disagree with somebody, you're not going to say what?
That's stupid.
We're not going to say, oh, that's stupid, that's silly. You're going to say, I don't agree with what you're saying, I think. So can you say that? I don't agree with what you're saying, I think. Okay, you ready? Let's take the number 10. And this time, I'm going to let some of you help. Okay, so I've got 10 up here. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? And now we're going to break it on down. And I have been thinking about this, and I'm going to get a little help right now. Jet, come over here. This is here just in case you need it. Can you break that on down and tell us what you did? Talk us through it. Pretend like I don't know what. No, you got to break it down first. So you may have to stand up and pull those magnets down. Okay? Just do not fall, please. All right. So break it on down for me. So class, did he take everything out of the whole part?
Yes.
Did he break it on down and decompose it? Yes, he did. Jet, can you, over here I've got some blanks. Can you make me a number sentence with that, baby? Okay, so you got how many here?
5 plus 5 equals 10.
Okay, don't forget right there. Put your sum, or how many in all. Okay, now this is an important part. You're the teacher. I want you to explain what you just did.
5 plus 5 equals 10.
Oh, no, you gotta talk it through. Go up there and point to one circle and tell them.
5.
So you have 5, then count it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus, okay. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 plus 5 equals 10.
So 5 plus 5 is 10. Okay, so do you see how you did that? Now, okay, that was one way. Somebody got a different way. All right, Ollie, come on back. Let's see you do this. Okay? All right. Do you need to put it back in the whole part? Put all of these back up there, so be careful standing up.
We can only have 2 of them.
Right now, that's a good point. I'm going to pull on what you said. Say that again, Jet.
We can only have 2 of them.
Right now, you can only have 2. Do you have to have just 2? No, there are different ways you can do this. But right now, since some of you are still learning this, we're going to just do 2, okay? So, Ollie, what are you doing now? Can you talk to me? Okay, no. What are you making sure you're doing in the whole part? You're making sure there's how many? 10. So he's making sure that his number's right every time. You got that? Put it in your brain. Take a picture of it. Shh, and save it. Shh, got it? Okay. Now, break it on the Were there 10 up there? Were there 10 on it? Okay. Just checking. And you got to get it different than what he's got. Okay, so explain to us what you did. Do the part. You can get out. You can get out of the chair. Okay. Now, how many's in the first one? 6. Okay. Now, talk to us about what you did. Pretend you're the teacher.
6 plus 4 equals 10.
Okay. So, you've got 6 in one group part. Can you say that?
6 in one part.
And then you've got how many?
4 in the other.
And it made the whole of
10.
Okay, good job. Give him a hand. All right, let's do one more. Somebody got a different way? Okay, Carson, come on up. Be patient. I know everybody wants to have a turn. All right. So, Carson, talk to me. What are you doing now? You're making sure you've got 10 up there? Okay. I'll buy that. Just don't fall, baby. So, it's just a good way to remember. Make sure when you start back with another number, you've got that many in the whole part before you start. Got it?
Got it.
Got it, Caleb? Okay, so is there 10 up there? Are you sure? Okay, now break it on down, but it can't be one of these. It's got to be something different. What's a different way? Now, so tell me your number. What are in your parts? 5, and what's in the other part? Okay, so look what's on the board and see if you can come up with a different way, okay? I see you thinking. Okay, now turn around, hop out of the chair, and tell the class, you're the teacher, tell them what you did. Can you speak up so they can hear you?
7 plus 3.
Okay, so in one part you put how many? And then in the other part you put how many?
3.
Write me a number sentence right there. Very good. All right, very good. Now, there is a different way to do this, and I'm not going to use the parts a second. This time, I'm going to call on Dalen. Come here. Dalen, you're the teacher, and I have just moved to Pike County. Hop in that chair. What in the world is this thing called? A 10 frame. Will you show me how many that number is? Because I don't know how to work that. We are videoing. Come on in. Put your snacks on the table or on Miss Angie's desk. All right, class, what is he doing?
Coloring in the 10 frame.
He's coloring in the 10 frame. Now, he can't go all the way to the top. He's stretching.
Chris and Dalen.
Can you get it, one man? You know what? You don't have to go all the way to the top, just as long as they know what you're doing. Get tired? Here, start down here. Okay, so this is another way to represent 10. On your sheet, you're going to have to do this for each number. So, while he's finishing up that, I'm going to take advantage of this time. What if you have one set of 10 and 6 more?
16.
16? Okay.
Just showing the battery going dead.
The battery's going dead. Okay. Let's stop it right there.